Hi, my name is Matt. I'm a transport refrigeration technician here at Polar Mobility, and today I'm going to show you how to adjust the settings on your new TC20 Kingtec reefer. Now with these systems, they come with a Dixel controller and are preset from the manufacturer for Fahrenheit degrees. And so all of the presets within those parameters are designed to function around Fahrenheit degrees, but not everybody wants their system in Fahrenheit, especially here in Canada where we do things in metric. So I'm going to show you how to change over your parameters so that they'll function in the Celsius mode. So this is the TC20 mounted on a 12-foot trailer provided by Mustang Trailers, and I'm going to proceed to show you how to change your settings in the Dixel controller. And this unit is 115 volt, charged with R404A, and it has a running amps of 13.5. So it's important that you make sure your outlet can provide you with sufficient power to keep your unit running problem-free, and make sure that your cargo stays nice and cool. Yeah, as you can see right now, the power is off, so you'll need to make sure that each of your breaker switches is in the on position. If they're not in the on position, you're not going to have power, and you can see that there's a designation for each breaker: controller switch, lamp switch. So this here, you'll see that it glows to indicate that the light inside is on, and then this is your main power. Give it a sec to come on, and now there's a little flashing snowflake to indicate that we're going to be entering cooling mode. The fan is going to activate, and pretty quickly you'll hear the unit start up. Now in order to access your settings, you'll have to do it two ways, because there's a first floor and a second floor. Now the first floor is your basic parameters, and the second floor is your deeper parameters. And in order to access them, you'll need to hold the set button and the down key for approximately 3 seconds. When you see the HY come up, that means you're in the first floor, and you'll need to do this again, holding the set button and the down key, in order to access the second floor parameters. You have to hold it for approximately 5 seconds. And then you'll see PR2 flash, which means second floor parameters. And now you'll need to go through each one of these settings one by one to ensure that your settings have changed and that you're going to get the proper cooling required by the customer. So the first thing we need to do is change the setting from Fahrenheit to Celsius. So you'll scroll through your parameters until you get to what will be CF. You can just hold down to scroll through a little quicker. CD, TD, these all have a meaning, which I'll explain in a minute. So CF is what you want. In order to access that parameter, you'll just click the little power button, the set button, and now it will show degrees Fahrenheit. You can change it using the arrow tabs, and now you'll be in degrees Celsius. So you'll click set, it'll flash for a moment, and then go to the next parameter. And now once it changes to Celsius, you'll see it go from the little F to the C, and the C is now flashing to indicate that you're in Celsius. So what we want to do from here is go in and make sure that each of your parameters lines up so that the unit will function properly in Celsius. And this doesn't happen automatically, so we have a sheet full of parameters and each of the setting descriptions, and I'll go through those one by one with you in order to show you how to optimize your TC20 in degrees Celsius. So again, hold the set button and the down key simultaneously for about 3 seconds. You'll see HY. Let go of the buttons, hold set and down again for approximately 5 seconds. Now you'll see PR2 flash, and then HY will come up. So the first list of settings here is HY. So HY, we want it set for 2. So we'll go in, adjust that, and click set. HY stands for differential. And that's the differential from your cutout to cut in set point. And then you'll see LS, we'll click set, and LS is your minimum set point. So we don't want it to be only -1, we want to be able to set our reefer to as low as we would like. So we'll adjust it down to -55, click set, and each time you set a parameter it's going to flash and then move on to the next parameter. So US is your max set point, so you're going to set that. Max set point of 12 degrees is probably not optimal, so again we're going to adjust this right up to 110. Now you'll probably never want to set your reefer that high. There'd be no practical use for that, so it's just sort of a fail-safe. Click set, you'll see it flash, and away you go. OT, thermostat probe calibration. We want to make sure that's set to 0. It is P2P, evaporator probe present. So we want to make sure that that is good to go. So yes, set. OE, evaporator probe calibration. We want to make sure that's at 0. It is. And so anytime one of our parameters is already at the designated setting, we'll just click set and move on from there. P3P, enter, no, set, 0, 3. We want that set at 0. We're going to click set. P4P, fourth probe presence. Now each of these P3, P4, P settings is simply a probe presence. They're not present. The unit only requires a main evaporator probe presence. So we'll go no, 04, fourth probe calibration, 0, and then we'll move on into some of our other settings here. So output delay at startup should be set at 0. It is. We're going to click set. AC, anti-short cycle delay, we want at 1. Perfect. Now you'll notice that some of these settings did carry over and they are correct. However, just to be sure, it's good to go through each one to ensure that it is correct. RTR, we want set at 100. RTR is our P1 to P2 percentage for regulation. Now some of these setting descriptions may not make sense to you, and that's okay. That's why the experts here at Polar Mobility can help you along with any troubles you have. And now, just as I was talking, you'll notice that we exited the setting parameter. So anytime that you forget or maybe get distracted, it's just going to kick you back out into the main display where it's going to show you the internal temperature of the trailer. So again, to access our settings, we'll click set, push the down key simultaneously, wait our 3 seconds, we'll wait till HY comes up, push set and the down key again, wait 5 seconds, PR2, and now we can scroll back through all of the settings that we just made our way. Now it's important that you'll want to remember where you were at in this process, or else you'll have to go through each one and just confirm the settings have changed. If this happens where the settings menu goes away, it will save it, so you don't have to go back through each one. So CCT, we want set to 0, which is our continuous cycle duration. Set CCS, set point for continuous cycle, is factory set at -4. However, you can see that it's set to 0, so we'll just click set. CON, compressor on time with faulty probe, 15. 15 is the correct setting. COF is 30. 30 is the correct setting. Now we did CF, that's our degrees Fahrenheit or degrees Celsius. RES, resolution, available only in Celsius, so it's going to be IN, we won't have to change that. LOD, probe displayed. P1, that setting is correct. DLY, display temperature delay, 0 is correct. We'll just keep moving on. DTR, P1 to P2 percentage for display, 50, again correct. EDF and DC, DC is set at 10, we'll leave it at 10. CD is set at 15, we'll leave it at 15. CDF, defrost type, so we want that IN. DFP, probe selection for defrost, we want probe 2, we'll select. DTE, defrost termination temperature is 6. We're going to change that and adjust it to 7 degrees Celsius. So this unit will terminate defrost on time or temperature. And if it is temperature, you don't want your product getting too warm, but we do need to make sure that the ice on your EVAP is going to melt. So IDF is going to be set for 6. It's currently at 5. So again, adjust it, click set, you'll see it flash. And we'll move to the next parameter. MDF, click set. We're at 16. We want to make that 15. We'll click OK, wait for it to flash. DSD, we want at 0. 0 is correct. DFD, which is your displayed during defrost. Now I did kind of go through some of those quickly, so I'll just back up a minute here. IDF is interval between defrost cycles, so 6 hours is the setting that we like to see. It can be adjusted to your preference. If 6 hours is too long and you're finding that your EVAP is icing up, you can do it so that the setting is more frequent, say 4 hours or 3 hours, but our standard setting is 6, so we're going to go with 6. Again, MDF, max length in minutes for defrost, so this is where you'd set the max time in minutes for defrost. So 15 minutes is usually enough to warm up that coil and have the ice melted. DSD is your start defrost delay. 0 is our preferred setting. DFD, defrost. DAD, max display delay after defrost, factory setting at 1. So we need to change that to 1. FDT is going to be the next setting. Draining time, so we want the draining time to be a good solid minute to make sure that any moisture or water that melts off of the EVAP is going to drain sufficiently from your unit. DPO is first defrost after setup, so we'd like that to be N for no. We're going to click set. DAF, defrost after delay fast freezing, we'd like that at 0. 0 is correct. FNC, fan operation mode, O/N is correct. FND, fan delay after defrost, we'd like that to be at 2 minutes. Click set, wait for it to flash, and the next setting will pop up. FCT, set, and 0 is correct. FCT is your differential of temperature for forced activation of fans. FST, fan stop temperature. So we want to make sure that because we changed the parameters over, that we adjust that, and 50 is the preferred adjustment. We'll go set, wait for it to flash. FON, fan on time with compressor, set. 0, perfect. FOF, fan off time with compressor, 0, perfect. FAP probe selection for fan management. We'd like it at P2. That is correct. ALC, temperature alarm configuration. We'd like that set for AB. That is correct. ALU, max temperature alarm. So if for some reason you've got high temperature going on in there, you're going to want an alarm. Now again, this can be adjusted to user preference, but out of the gate when we change this, we like things to be at 120 degrees so that you have a little bit of leeway. Now obviously anytime, say you were to set this thing to 110, if it went to 120, that's sort of the thinking behind that. ALL, minimum temperature alarm. So again, you're going to want to crank that down. So if for some reason this thing keeps going and it's minus 40 outside, you're going to want to crank that right down to minus 55. Click set and wait for it to flash. AFH, differential for temperature alarm recovery. We like to see that at 2. Set, wait for it to flash. ALD, set. 15 is the preferred setting there. DA0, we're going to put that to 1.3. Set. DA0 is your delay of temperature alarm at startup. You're going to go into AP2, probe for temperature alarm condenser, and we would like to see that at P4. Click set. AL2, condenser for low temp alarm. We want to set that down to minus 40. Minus 4 was a little high. Click set, and away you go. AU2, condenser for high temp alarm. Click set. So some of these high temp alarms you're going to have to adjust, as the previous settings from Fahrenheit generally don't carry over. So again, these are our preferred settings, but they are user adjustable. AH2 is your differential for condenser temperature alarm recovery. We want to have that set to 10. Now keep in mind, these are all factory recommended settings for optimal functionality of your TC20AD Kingtec refrigeration unit. So that's why we're going through to make sure that these are all at optimal setting and not going to cause any short cycling or problems with your unit. Yeah, we're going to click set, and yeah, AD2, sorry, condenser temp alarm was set for 15. We're going to leave it. DA2, delay of condenser temp alarm at startup. We're going to click set and adjust that to 1.3. Save our parameter. BLL, compressor off for condenser low temp alarm. We're going to leave that at no. We're going to click set. AC2, compressor off for condenser high temp alarm. We like that, no. Set. TBA, alarm relay disabling. We would like that to be enabled, yes. 0A3, we want that set to DB. Now that's your fourth relay configuration. Again, some of these settings may not make total sense to you, so just follow along and ensure that what I'm doing, you are also doing, unless there are certain parameters you would like to be slightly different. AOP stands for Alarm Relay Polarity. CL is correct. That is an I1P. CL is correct. I1F. We want that AUS. Now both of those I1P and I1F, those are your digital input polarity and configuration. So we don't want to mess around too much with that. So AUS. And then DID, we want at 15, that's correct. NPS, 15 is correct. ODC, we want set to no, so that's going to need to be changed. We're going to click set, wait for it to flash. RRD stands for regulated restart with door open alarm. Set, yes. HES, differential for energy saving. We would like that at 0, yes. ADR serial address. 1, correct. Kind of probe is PVC. We want the setting for NTC. So ONF is on/off key enabling. We're going to click set. We want ES. DP1 room probe delay. We're going to leave at the designated setting. DP2 evaporator probe delay. We're going to leave at the setting. DP3 we want NOP. Now again, these are all probe delays, so just bear with me. DP4 NOP. RSE we want set to the presetting, so Valor set operativo. REL 1 and PTB at 240. And that is the complete cycle through of your TC20A Kingtec refrigeration unit. And once you've gone through the settings, you'll just simply wait for the program to return back to the temperature display and you're good to go. So again, my name is Matt and I am a transport refrigeration technician here at Polar Mobility. Thanks for hanging out with me while I show you how to adjust your Kingtec reefer settings.